Hello, what up guys? How you doing? It is Lasty here. Welcome today to a new episode of the FIFA 21 Ultimate Team Road to Glory, episode number 32. Happy Wednesday to you, and I hope, well, it's hump day, isn't it? I hope you're getting over that hump of the week, and it's all plain sailing from here on to the weekend, alright? So, just take a seat, sit back, relax, and enjoy. And whilst you're here, do me that huge favour of showing your support on these videos by hitting me with a thumbs up. Anything over 5,000 likes, I'm typically very happy with. I know I normally ask for 7,000, but you know what? Why don't we set that goal at 5k likes every day? I think that's such a great number to hit. If you can smash that 5,000 likes, it'd be amazing. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turning the notification bell on so you never miss an episode. Alright, you know that I made some pretty significant changes yesterday to my team, bringing in Varane, bringing in Iñaki Williams SBC card, and we pushed our way up towards Gold 2 in the Weekend League. 2 games remaining, but unfortunately we're only at 17 wins, so we couldn't push on to Gold 1. But a couple of things, that means a couple of things. One, we can focus on other stuff. And 2, we've got 2 games left that we could have either played in Foot Champs on Monday, or we can play in Rivals to up our Rivals score so that we can see if we're going to get Rank 3 or Rank 2 rewards from Division 2 Rivals this week. Also, an SBC came out, which I've done it right now. You can see me open the pack for it in just a second. But it required some, well, it had some very strange requirements. Let me just put it that way. And it was, I think you needed exactly 4 77 rated players, and you needed exactly 5 75 rated players. So that was an odd one from EA. I don't think we've ever seen a puzzle SBC really that like in depth. Where you need like literally specific amounts of cards with a specific rating. So that was interesting. I wonder what the completion ratio of that SBC was. You know, because obviously we can do it, no problem. We get a little Gundogan in the pack. We can complete that because, well, we take on tradable rewards now. So therefore, we've got a lot of players in our club. And I've not gutted the club at all to do loads of SBCs or anything. So actually, we're still sitting in a really good place where puzzle SBCs, marquee matchups, that type of stuff, we can do really easily. However, when an SBC like that came out, and the prices of 77 rated players and 75 rated players went through the roof, these are, you know, the market has been through the floor lately, actually. It's been super, super low for like low-end, nothing type players with not much rating, you know, non-rare, rare. They just sell for discard, really. So for anything to actually go above discard, it made me put all of my 77 rated and 75 rated players that I had tradable up onto the transfer list to try and sell them for a decent amount of money. Anything over 1,000 coins was great. Some of these players were going for 1,900, 2,500. Like, they were selling for a decent amount. So a couple of stadium unlocks as well. We've now got like a different tifo available on the main stand, I think. And also goal net colours, which I got pistachio and blue. Yeah, it is what it is. But as you can see, we went from like 3,000 coins. We're up to like 35,000. When we take our squad battles rewards, we get another 11,000. We're back up into like the 40Ks again. 46,000 coins. Not bad for selling a bunch of 75 rated and finishing gold 2 in squad battles. So it's that time of the week again where I can open both my squad battles rewards and my pre-order packs. Essentially my 25k packs for buying the ultimate edition of the game. So we are going to get boards in our very first squad battles pack. We're going to get a Bosnian centre mid this time from Barcelona, which we know is Miralem Pjanic. 85 overall. That's great. You know, that's when you see that flag, you think, oh, I'm getting Dzeko. So to not get Dzeko means you're going to get the 85 Pjanic, and that's obviously a much better thing if you're going to try and sell it on and stuff. And I'd actually forgotten that he moved to Barca. There's a couple of players that switch from like Juve and Barca this summer, right? I get a little bit confused with which midfielders play for which team now. So we get him. Not a bad little board to get, really. That's going to sell for a little bit. We get a first owner Neto, which I guess I can keep and now sell the blue one. Or maybe I'll just keep the blue one until something is worth it, I guess. But yeah, we're happy using Thibaut Courtois again, simply because we've now got Varane. So we've actually got Varane and Joe Gomez. It's taken 2 weekend leagues to get Varane and Joe Gomez. That's what you love to see. However, that does mean that everybody else and their nan and their uncle is also going to have Varane and Joe Gomez. So that could be a problem. Anyway, the next player we get has an unfortunate name for what's going on this year, but we'll take it as an 84 rated overall. Yeah, I mean, like, it's an alright player. I think this is more fodder than anything, though. I think he's a good SBC player to use, and then we can discard a bunch of the contracts and stuff because we've got plenty of untradeable ones in our club. Nice to see a little cam to CF, because I have been moving players up and down all over the place to try and fit into my chemistry concoctions of whatever I've been doing over the last few days. I do like to change my team quite a lot, don't I? Yeah, that is it's a bit of a problem when it comes to like money, because I probably lose more on EA tax than a lot of people out there, but I'm one of those players. I can't keep the same team for too long. But, you know, we've committed to a couple of SBC players now. So Ansu Fati and also Iñaki Williams will be in my squad for, I guess, at least the next weekend league, right? So, anyway, this is a squad that I put together of some players for a live friendly and for Mukiele. So, I asked on Twitter, I wonder, like, is it worth it? Is it worth the grind for the Rule Breakers Mukiele? And a lot of people said yes, so we're going to start that today. And I got my team requirements wrong. I needed more Bundesliga in there. So we took out Varane and we put in Alaba and Ulreich. And yeah, like we've got a bit of a bit part team going on, but it's friendlies, and I've heard that it was pretty much just people using loan Mbappe. So I thought in order to combat that, we're probably going to have to use ours as well. Not a huge fan of the loans being in there, but until they make a decision to either leave them in there or not, I guess it's kind of fair game to just use them. Because if you didn't know, if you use loans in friendlies, then they don't lose a contract. But we come up against a full Bundesliga side. Anyone in this mode is obviously doing the objective, because otherwise there's no reason why you would be in here, right? But we end up getting through, and we score with Hwang Hee-chan. So essentially, there's lots to do, and I'm struggling to try and recall exactly what I've got to do. I think, right, I've got to get 6 wins whilst in this mode, so I've got to focus on that. I've got to assist 4 goals with crosses, but the person that crosses it in has to be a Bundesliga player. And then I need like 6 assists with a French defender, I think. So that could be, if I did that with Mukiele, if I crossed the ball in and got an assist with Mukiele and then won the match, we would be really chaining the objectives together, which is why I stuck him at right midfield. But it turns out it's not the easiest thing in the world to do. And I think the way foot friendlies work, and I think it's been sort of confirmed, hasn't it, is that it pretty much takes your elo from rivals. So essentially, the people I'm playing in this mode are also Division 2 in rivals, or thereabouts anyway. So it makes it not very easy for all of us. It doesn't make it very friendly, does it? I would actually prefer it to be more random, simply because, like, obviously me in Division 2, there's like 7 or 8 divisions below me, and there's a lot of players that are on that skill rating aspect not as good as I am, so it means it would probably be a little bit easier for me. However, what it does mean is that I could come up against someone that was like top tier Division 1 and I'd get absolutely spanked. So I don't know what I would prefer. But yeah, I guess, like, the thing is with friendlies as well is they don't really go on your record or anything, so it doesn't really matter if you quit. A lot of people have been quitting in the Silver Lounge, and I expected it to be the same here. From the first couple games, it doesn't necessarily seem like that. It seems to be there's a lot more on the line because we're unlocking a good player in Mukiele. By the way, that was a cross from Mukiele. Didn't count. Didn't count as a cross. I think because I was in the box. I did a little LB1 and then pressed the cross button. Didn't count though. And then we whip it in here. But because it gets a couple of touches off the defender, even though we scored but crossed it with Mukiele, still didn't count as a cross either. But that one I can obviously agree with. But yeah, it seems as though if you're going to do things like that, crosses have to be, I think, from outside the box. And I don't know if certain types work more often than not. But once again, it seems to be that some objectives are a little bit subjective. Yeah, you have to get it in the right spot for it to actually work. But anyway, Mukiele then crosses the ball in here. Again, it gets a touch off, I think, off Mbappe there. So it counts as an Mbappe assist rather than Mukiele, which is, again, obvious. So 3 times we scored off of, like, the first move being a cross with the Bundesliga Frenchman, and I got 0 out of 4 for the crosses. So, yeah, I was a little bit like, oh, this is going to take a while. So I've decided to forego this just for now, for the rest of this episode anyway. I'll do all of this stuff in the background, hopefully. If it's ridiculously stressful and unenjoyable, then I guess we'll sort of not do it. But I think now that we've started, I'll probably just get it done, right? Like, he'd be a good card to have. So hopefully we can just play through the sweat in the friendly mode and unlock this cool card. But what I did want to do, obviously, is get my final 2 Rivals games done. I wanted to use my main team as well. I didn't really want to use my my loans and the bit part team that I put together. I want to use my main squad. So we've actually decided to swap Fati and Ousmane Dembele as the striker and the cam again, putting Ousmane back up front just because we've then got 1 5-star skiller, 1 4-star skiller with him and Iñaki up top. So what I really need to get done in these next 2 games is get as many Rivals points as possible. I need to get more than an average of 400 a game. Otherwise, I could have just gone into the weekend league and quit twice, and I would have got 800 points. So for going through the stress here in Div 2, we need to get more than 800 points over those 2 games to have made it worthwhile. All right. So we go 1-0 up. Brilliant. You know, that's obviously the start you want. Williams then plays it through to Ousmane Dembele. I hold that defender off, hit him with a lovely shot. And, yeah, that's just one of the things that this Frenchman can do. He is absolutely superb, isn't he? So we're 2-0 up, looking like we're cruising. The team that my opponent had wasn't too amazing either. But he did get through and score with Hakimi to make it 2-1. And at halftime, yeah, like the one shot he'd scored. We'd scored half of our opportunities, and it looks like we're having a slightly better game. But I'm not going to lie, I struggled to get the ball off him. I was really trying to play possession to solidify the win, and I just couldn't get more than 50%, I don't think. And eventually he scores a goal after an awful bit of defending from me. And then, like, right at the end, I pass it straight out to him again. Poor defending, I lunge in again. Muriel turns me and scores. So I went from 2-0 up to losing 3-2 in the 89th minute. You absolutely hate to see that. Yeah, and GG's to that guy. But that means that we actually get worse than the 400 points. So I could have just gone into the weekend league and quit a game and got 400 there. We only got 330. So that might have screwed my chances, you know. We move into the final game of Rivals for this week, and we come up against a solid Bundesliga squad. And I'm like, again, I think I out-team this, but he's also up there in my division, so it's not going to be easy. But we end up getting the ball through here. Ansu Fati just taps that one in, and Iñaki Williams is there to slot it home. We're 1-0 up again really, really early on. Wijnaldum then knocks it in to Ousmane Dembele. I love that fake shot. It seems to do the defenders quite often. It's a really good way to get past them. As you can see, even Iñaki does it here and strikes it. Good example of him making use out of the outside of his strong foot and still scoring at the near post. You would really want a left-footed shot from there, but because he's got the 2-star weak foot, it doesn't really work. So he just shoots it with the outside of his strong foot, which is good. Which means it's not that big of a deal that he's only got the 2-star weak foot. I was trying to drill this into you guys yesterday. But anyway, we eventually win this game 3-0. And that was our final game. So that's going to get us more than 400 points. But how many points is it actually going to get me? Well, you can see we go up to nearly the 1800 skill rate, and I am bobbing around at that level right now. I can't seem to get much far above it, and I'm dropping down below it as well. So we get 320 points and then 450 on top of that. So we got a lot of points for that game, but it brings me up to 12.3k and this was when Rivals had still 2 days, 12 hours remaining. I think, unfortunately, we are going to slip into rank 3, which, in all honesty, isn't that bad. Rank 2, I would have got 4 mega packs and 4 15k packs, untradeable. And in rank 3, I get 2 15k packs, 2 rare Electrum players packs, and then also 2 mega packs. So it's a little bit less, but you know, at the same time, it's just not that bad. We'll still have a lot of packs to open on Thursday. And then also EA obviously released this the other day, which is the new swaps. It's viewership rewards basically for if you link your account and watch the EA live streams for the competitive stuff, you can unlock a token, and you can unlock up to 10 tokens, and you can get 2 100k packs with those 10 tokens if you wanted to. But I think that's going to take a long old time, and you're going to have to watch a lot of the competitive stuff online, which is up to you, I guess, if you're interested or not. But free packs is free packs, so I guess you can do something else whilst the browser's open, no doubt, and then come back to it and unlock yourself a token. So there was another daily SBC that I wanted to do, FGS Challenge. It was for a rare Electrum players pack, untradeable. It's not okay. Give us tradable rewards, please. But I guess it didn't cost a whole bunch to do, so maybe the fact that it was a bit cheaper means they gave us a slightly better pack, albeit untradeable. So no walkout, but we do get boards from this pack, and unfortunately for us, we packed an untradeable Gundogan at the start of this episode. So unfortunately, we get another one of him, which means I'm going to be discarding an 83 untradeable. Not that he's worth an absolute ton right now, but it's still frustrating. So if there's an SBC that I decide to do over the next week, remind me to use Gundogan and then go back into the web app and claim him from my unassigned page, whatever it is, quick sale recovery. I can't remember. We could do that in the next 7 days. So you have to let me know if there's a big SBC that we decide to do. Somebody remind me. And that's going to wrap things up for the episode today. So lots of little bits going on here, there, and everywhere. Opened a few packs, played a few different games, and not really done a whole bunch for the Mukiele objective. I do want him, but it seems like a bit of a grind. So it's something I'm just going to have to sit down, get the sweatband out, and just go to town, see what we can make happen. I think maybe if I prioritize the wins and get them done, and then I can prioritize the other stuff that doesn't need wins afterwards, right? And then maybe people can have the win off me if they let me get 4 crosses. That could work. We'll see. But guys, that is going to be the end of the episode. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. Like I said, if we can get over 5,000 likes, you've absolutely made my day. Trust me. I appreciate it. Subscribe to the channel as well if you're new around here. I thank you for that. And, of course, come and follow me on Twitter and Instagram. We're closing in on nearly 40k followers on Instagram, and we're nearly 110k followers on Twitter. So be a part of that, all right? I'd love you to. Anyway, have a lovely day, everyone. Take it easy. Stay safe and healthy. I'll catch you tomorrow with another episode. Peace.